What's up? Welcome back, enchanters, to another unboxing and review of Iron Studios X-Men, I don't want to say it's the animated series, but the inspired animated series, 1/10 scale Nightcrawler. And he's a chunky box. Look how chunky this dude is. So excited. I've had this piece for about 3 weeks and have not been able to open it. I mentioned this um, in my previous video as well, and I'm so excited to finally open it in the middle of a move. And yeah, let's just dive into this bad boy. I'm super pumped to get a Nightcrawler. It's rare that we ever see one, and I believe XM Studios this week just announced that they are making a Nightcrawler. I think it's a 1/4 scale, which looks absolutely gorgeous. And a lot of collectors were really excited when they announced this piece because not many studios have done many Nightcrawler pieces, and he's like an unsung hero, and I think he's freaking amazing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this bad boy. This is a first impressions video, so I'm experiencing it at the same time y'all are. Now, I ordered this one alongside the Blob, and yeah, well, I ordered them. I mean, I ordered this piece back in December, but it was supposed to ship out with Silver Samurai and the Blob, and Silver Samurai and Nightcrawler arrived, but the Blob still has not arrived from its shipping container. It's still stuck at some dock. So, yeah. The box is a little scuffed, but let's go ahead and zoom in on the art box. I will say the art box is a little muted. The front is a zoomed in portrait of Nightcrawler. And it's like this midnight purple, blue, navy, and this deep crimson red. There you have a see-through version of the piece, and here you have the full zoomed out 1/10 piece on the back. Marvel Comics on the top. It's pretty. But let's dive in. All right. All right, this piece does say top and bottom. Some of the newer pieces aren't doing that. All right, so we'll say top. That means open that top that way up. As for this piece is no longer available. I purchase all my pieces from Iron Studios, which is a big mistake. I don't recommend doing that because you get your shipment a month and a half to 2 months after everyone else gets it from Sideshow. So I recommend purchasing your pieces directly from Sideshow. I also am only purchasing right now because I'm purchasing, I purchased all these in December, and I kept purchasing a lot of the newer pieces as well, like Quicksilver and Scarlet and Magix and Logan and so many other of these pieces that have been released in 2021. But I'm waiting to just cash in all my points for something really epic, and I don't plan come 2022. This year, I don't plan on buying anything. I'm just waiting to really accrue my points to something pretty epic, and that's it. Because the shipping is absurd. Why? And Sideshow Collectibles has an awesome rewards program too, so might as well just purchase directly from them. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy. Always be gentle when opening it. You never know if a piece is gonna adhere. Yay! You already have that. All right, so we have a total of 4 pieces here. We're going to start with the base, and again, fingers crossed always for no breakatures. We never want to experience that. Oh, this base is massive. Again, I'm not going to show you the bottom of the base. If you've watched my videos, you know there's no edition size to these. It's an open edition. So that is the base. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this base. This base is brolic AF. It is massive. This is clearly this takes place in the courtyard, so outside of the school. I will say that the paint is different. It has like this laminated paint to it. I don't like it. It's ivory. Again, the best base is the cable base. The absolute best base I've seen when it comes to the outside of the school is the cable, and all these other bases have not been the same. So it's a completely different quality. You see very little of it because what you're seeing here is this what seems to be the thigh. It's like the joint, the knee, and the leg of the Sentinel that's broken apart. And then here you have Nightcrawler's cloud effect, his BAMF effect. And it's not called a BAMF, it just makes that noise. Boom. Every time he teleports. So everyone's been calling it BAMF. But last time I recall, I thought Bamf is doesn't he have like a little plushie or a little like it's like this little plushie he has that looks like him called Bamf. Anyhow, here we have it. We have this Bamf, and I will say it looks amazing. It's made of polystone. It's not made of like a clear resin like Jean Grey's base or Cyclops' optic beam or Jubilee's firework effect. It's not made of that type of material. It's not a resin. It does look like it's polystone, but it looks amazing. It has these little whirls, and again with this rendition, it is a much darker. It's a much darker Bamf. It's not a lighter Bamf that you're noticing. I believe in that new XM Nightcrawler piece, which is more pink and has more volume to it and different colors. This is pretty solid. It's like that. It's a midnight purple with a light into a true purple. On the edges, it's lighter, and then on the core, it's deeper. It's really pretty. Really pretty. I will say the Sentinel joint, his leg, looks amazing. There's some silver paint details I'm noticing. It looks amazing. And it looks like there's some gravel stuck in it too. We need an Avalanche piece so desperately, Iron Studios. I think Avalanche will look good here. It looks like Avalanche has something to do with this. Because you're seeing this gravel lifted. It'd be epic to pair this with Avalanche if and when we ever get it, which I'm confident we will. Following that, there's an additional proximity piece that came along this, and it is this cloud effect. It's this Bamf effect. Looks like he teleported from one place to another. Now this, again, many people have already mentioned in presence, this was not intended to be part of the original concept, and they added it, and everyone was pleasantly surprised, and it's another little, and let's say Iron Studios, which I really like that. It's a little Bamf cloud, and you can add that anywhere in the proximity piece, and it kind of shows where he recently teleported from, which is pretty awesome. I appreciate it. Then we have Nightcrawler's tail, which is also different than if you notice, the art box, his tail is kind of straight and to the side, but they ended up switching that concept up, and it actually comes forward, and here you have it. It's this matted tail. It looks sexy. It is not malleable, so it does not bend, so be mindful of that. It's not going to bend. There you have it. And lastly, we have Nightcrawler. He's quite solid. He has some weight to him. Just give me one moment while I experience this. Wow. His mouth, his portrait looks amazing. Looks incredible. Let's go ahead first and let's peg him, and then we'll speak more into this. It's a very tight fit. Very tight. Kind of don't want to put it in all the way either, but he's in. It looks beautiful. It's very effortless. And what's really awesome is that his finger, wow, his his finger actually meets with this edge of it as well, which is quite perfect. I believe he could fit in just a little bit more. I just don't want to do that because I am disarming this and putting it back. Um, he looks incredible. Before we even continue, let's just go ahead and with this tail. Bring this up close again. Okay. His tail's also a quick. So let's zoom in. This looks incredible. He looks amazing. So here we have him in his. He's very lean, yet he has a lot of musculature through his costume. He's kind of malleable himself. He's quite the contortionist when you think of Nightcrawler. So I do love his positioning here with his leg. As awkward as it may look, it looks perfect when it comes to Nightcrawler. What makes this piece more than anything else is his portrait. As you zoom in, his mouth is open and you see the gloss inside his mouth. You can see his tonsils back there. You see everything. And then he has his teeth, which are so beautifully detailed, and they have this lacquer and this shine to them. And then his eyes, the yellow eyes. And I love that they gave him a goatee. They gave him a more mature look. And his hair is slit back. He also is a little darker, so there really isn't much. He's not a bright blue Nightcrawler, so he's not true to the animated series. That's the one thing. I kind of wish his complexion was just a little brighter. He's a muted like gray blue, and that's the one thing I'm like, eh. And his hair has that grayish blue detailing. I wish his hair would have been black. So I wish the hair would have been more black with that hint of gray detail with his goatee. That would have distinguished him. It kind of gets lost. And again, his complexion is more of this muted gray blue. And what I would have appreciated more is a more brighter blue. So I'm not happy with the complexion, if I have to be honest with you. The costuming looks amazing. There's like this black neck lining, which looks incredible. The red looks incredible. The base is incredible as well. I love that it's this darker purple, but I think with contrast, if he was a little bit more brighter blue, would have been perfect, and it's not. I'm also going to go ahead and say that his tail, where it connects, I wish it was a better fit, because you can see that it's pegged in. There's a gap. It's a clear gap back there, so I don't appreciate that either. And honestly, instead of this cloud, I wish we would have actually gotten a little Bamf doll. Overall, I have to say, like, I have to say this piece is like a 7. I have to give it a 7 because it's not as nostalgic to the 90s series when it comes to his complexion. The peg behind his tail, you can see that it's pegged in. It's not a clean, insert. So for those two details, I have to say, and also when it comes to the actual base, this gravel could have been done so much better, and the actual cobblestone is lackluster. Even though you see very little of it, it's half-assed, the paint job, and it's not consistent. It's like different artists are putting their hands on these pieces, and they're not being consistent with the pieces. I have to give this piece a 7. Yeah, give it a solid 7. I'm glad we have a Nightcrawler, but there was room for improvement. There really was. So there you have it. What are your thoughts? Do you own this piece? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Comment below. What are your thoughts on this piece? Is this something that you are adding to your collection? Is it still a piece that you're allocating? Are you considering? Are you on the fence? Do you own it? Do you agree with me or not? I would love to hear your feedback. I am collecting every single piece ever made from this series as it continues to expand. So I'm so excited, and I'm curious. And by the way, there is a Facebook group. There is an Iron Studios X-Men Sentinel 1/10 scale Facebook group. I'm going to link it down below as well. Join it. So many fans of this series who own these pieces come together, and we share our collections and speak into the pieces and concepts, etc. So if you're not a part of that group, make sure you join it. It's a pretty awesome group. There's about a little over 1,000 members already in it. So, anywho, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell to get notified every time I come to y'all with new content. And yeah, stay amazing, stay blessed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.